Welcome everyone, this is Pineleaf, and today we are here at the Southgard Ruins in Breeland, at the very southern areas of Breeland, where we are going to preview the upcoming expansion Before the Shadow, which is going to be the latest expansion for the Lord of the Rings Online. Now, Borer is not open yet, so we're not able to go in and see what is actually in the expansion, but pre-orders are now available, so today I'll just take a look at what's available if you pre-order. As has been usual over the last few years, there are 3 different editions of the expansion that you can get. You have the Standard Edition, the Collector's Edition, and the Ultimate Fan Bundle. The Collector's Edition includes everything from the Standard Edition, plus the new items for the Collector's Edition. And the Ultimate Fan Bundle includes all the items from the Collector's Edition and the Standard Edition, and adds on top of that some additional goodies. Now, the Standard Edition, that includes of course the quests, the new skirmish, the new delving system, the new regions, all the content that will be related to this, but not the cosmetics and all those little items. Now, when you do log into your characters after making the purchase, you'll of course be receiving new items in your inventory. There. So I could just imagine creating a new character, you'll be getting all of these things plus whatever you got from previous expansions. I know whenever I log into a new character, I get a huge number of items in here. Now, I ordered the Ultimate Fan Bundle, so I received 5 items in here. We have here Before the Shadow Collection Editions bonus items. So these are the items you get if you ordered the Collector's Edition or higher. And we also have the Improved Expedition Supplies. And these are the items that are received in the first character you log into after you make the purchase. So be careful which character you log into, especially which server, because these items are bound to account, so moving them to another character on your server would be fairly straightforward, but moving it to another server would be a lot more expensive. Now, I also received Before the Shadow Ultimate Fan Bundle bonus items and the Ultimate Expedition Supplies. So these are the next level here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at these and then these. But you notice there's one more item here. The Grant the Elf Dance of Old Traditions emote. This is a new emote, and you get this for all 3 editions. Yes, this is the one little goodie that you get even if you are only getting the Standard Edition. So let's double click on this and see what this dance is like. This is going to be /dance_elf4. Actually, let me have that all ready. I wrote that in there. So let me give myself that. Now I have the new elf dance. So let's see what it looks like. Ooh. Alright. So that's what it looks like from behind. The real spinny dance. I think that's the full round of that. Let's have a look from another angle. Maybe I should have done this on an elf so I could really see how it looks on an elf. Spin around. I could. Why doesn't it work now? Oh, I can't do it from that angle? Alright. The game thought I was still dancing, so it decided it wasn't going to let me start dancing again. So it looks like everything is working now. And this dance is the only thing that you get when you buy the Standard Edition that we'll be getting before the release of the product. You will of course be getting all the quests and the landscape and the skirmish and all that stuff once we come to November 8th, which is when they're planning to release the Before the Shadow expansion. And yes, I did say November 8th. They originally were planning November 9th, but they have moved that forward up a day. Now then, let's have a look at what you get with the Collector's Edition. As I said earlier, we do have this Before the Shadow Collector's Edition bonus items and the improved expedition supplies. So first, let's have a look at the Collector's Edition bonus items, which is what you'll receive on all of your characters that you log into after making the purchase. And in here we have 3 items that we received. The first was a Valiant Steed of the Dunedain, and that went into my mounts list. Valiant Steed of the Dunedain. Well, that is right over there. So just in case they decide to move that, I will put this over here. Let's have a look at this steed. Of course, this would be the pony form. So obviously we're going to be running into rangers at the beginning, but then it's a starter zone, so running into plenty of rangers makes some sort of sense. There we go. There it is from the front. Actually, this might be a decent steed for this character. Let's have a run on here. Run on there. There we go. Yeah. So this is the Steed of the Dunedain. Alright, so that is one of the items that you get there. Now we also have here Tome of the Friendly Heron. Now, whenever we use one of those, the heron just pops up onto my skill bar. There we go. And there we have a heron who is supposedly friendly. Now, I suspect that he's not going to get along with any of my pets here. What would be a good pet to have along that won't... I suppose I could bring out a raven. I don't know. That heron doesn't trust a raven, it looks like. Apparently they both fool off. So what else did we get? Oh, the Cosmetic Valiant Armor of the Dunedain. I guess that goes with the mount that we got. And what is this? Oh, this looks like, based on the icons here, that it's of the same style as the mount that we had earlier. So let's get this. We have plenty of cosmetic slots on this character, because you should guess that this is a relatively young character, considering that I'm a Hobbit lore master here, which is something that was only recently added to the game. I figured a new combo would be... There we go, up into there. Full helmet. These are the arms, I think, right? Yeah. Some boots. And let's see, Valiant Cloak of the Dunedain, or hood. Alright, here is the regular cloak. Ooh, looks like an armored cloak. Well, they are really prepared for war here if they're wearing an armored cloak. And there's the hooded edition. Alright, let's have it without the hood. There we go. Now, let's have a closer look. Right. Oh, yes, I really should switch that over. There we go. We've got a star on the breast. We've got also one up on the top of the helm over here, with the same coloration as we had with the horse. Let's get back onto here. Alright, yeah. Matches quite well. doesn't look like a outfit you'd normally wear as a lore master, but alright. It could work for some of my other characters, such as my wardens. Now, I guess for now, I'll go back to my standard outfit. Now, this is an outfit I got in the starter area from Strider during one of the early quests in here. So I'm using that as a cosmetic right now. So that takes care of what is in the cosmetics area. And the mount. So what's in this improved expedition supplies? We have here a rare crafting components 5 selection box. So I think that just gives me a selector for whatever area in here. Probably get sunstone shards, since that is the current top pick on that matter. I'll worry about that later. Virtue acceleration tomes for 2,000 points of virtue XP. Right, that'll be nice. Whether that be good for this character or another one, I'll have to decide offline. 5 reputation acceleration tomes. But actually, that could be useful for this character because, as you can guess, the reason why I'm at 140 here is because I did a little bit of... I used up a Valor that I got from an earlier pre-order, strangely enough. So now So I could use a few some reputation in here. So maybe I'll accelerate the reputation for that. And then 5 extraordinary experience account bound, and that's obviously going to be useless on this character since I've reached cap, but I could transfer this to another one of my characters that's trying to level up and help with that experience. So that could be useful. Remember, these are all bound to account, so you could use them on any character that's in there. So some of them are going to be useful for a capped character, and some of them aren't going to be. And that's all that we get for our... Oh, yeah, actually... No, there is one more thing that you get on the Collector's Edition, and that is the From the First Page title. So, and I'm Pineleaf from the first page, which means that I'll be at the very beginning of the story, so to speak, because you had Before the Shadow, and that this is going to be our first start of the storyline. So if this is what you get if you buy the Collector's Edition, what do you get if you buy the Ultimate Fan Bundle? In addition, of course, to the items from the Collector's Edition. So we'll open back up, and we have 2 more bundles here to look at. Let us move these away so they won't get in the way. So now let's have a look inside of the Before the Shadow Ultimate Fan Bundle bonus items. Now, what disappeared there is most likely the... Oh, Warsteed appearances, it looks like. Yes, I received quite a number of items in here. I received the Warsteed appearances, the Flowing Silver Saddle, Flowing Silver Comparison, all that stuff. And also the Elk of Flowing Silver skill. So let's have a look at the... I guess flowing would be a good filter to use. And here you go. Probably not as much as my color scheme as I want. I almost use it as a form of protection with the... I can just imagine someone throwing a spear at me and it getting caught in the antlers instead of getting caught in my head. I suppose that could be useful. Of course, that has absolutely no game meaning, but I don't know. I've never been much into elks for riding, so most likely I am not going to be using this as a mount. I'll probably be using the Dunedain mount that we had here. Actually, on this character, maybe not even that one. So as I said, for my wardens, I might find that a useful mount. But maybe I'll have a character somewhere that will find this as an interesting mode of transportation. Alright, that is Silversong, my flowing silver elk there. Let's see, what else have we got here? We have Tome of the Loyal Turtle. So that'll be the cosmetic pet that you get for the Ultimate Fan Bundle. Ah, here we go. A turtle. Well, I guess I should have expected that. Hey, does that mean I don't have to do that quest by Radagast if I want a cosmetic turtle then? Because, of course, if I wanted 2 turtles, I guess... Actually, do you get that from Radagast, or do you get... I can't even remember which cosmetic... Actually, no, I think you have to go to the Madam House and get rep with the hobbits in order to get the turtle. Well, that'll be something I have to check out later on. I was too busy leveling to check that out on my Lore Master as I was leveling up. Alright, here is the Mount Dressage emote. Alright, we are going to try a dressage with this thing. Oh, this is going to look weird. Alright, so this is Mount Dressage. Alright, so let's try the dressage. Well, I suppose that makes sense. Yeah. That is par further. Now, they really should, and I guess you can't, because there is this quest with Hootbold that relates to called Dressage. Though, of course, there you're just giving emotes from on top of your mount, but I suppose they can't add this to the quest because it requires the Ultimate Fan Bundle, and it wouldn't be fair to anyone else. So yes, that is the new emote that you get. Now we also have a weapon aura of Elven Blessing and a normal weapon aura. Now the normal weapon aura, I think, is that if you've got something that already has its own aura and you didn't want the aura to go off, then you can use the normal one. So of course I got those all over the place. Now should I put this on the... let's see if I put it onto this... not there. Let's see, onto the staff. Ah, there we go. That's how you do that. Let's dismount and see what the aura looks like. Alright, that is... looks like the head of the staff is a little bit glowy on there. Now what was happening before? Alright, so it's less of a pronounced... yeah, it is certainly a much more pronounced glow that we have onto there. So that's what we have here is the weapon aura of Elven Blessing. And of course if I wanted no aura, I'll just drop off that from there and that'll just suppress the aura altogether, even the one that is naturally on there, I guess, from being a... is this a Balerian? Yeah, Balerian damage. And that takes care of that section. Of course, we also have the cosmetic armor of flowing silver. So I guess it's time to have a look at that. And on here, with another new area here. Here is our chest piece. Here is our cloak. Here is our boots. The arms. The helm. And, oh, this is the mantle, I guess. There we go. Oh, and of course, let's have a look at that. You gotta be kidding. Oh well, I see the silver bit in it quite well. Let's get rid of the cloak. I don't think it adds to the appearance all that much. I don't know, I just don't... I'm not seeing myself wearing this all that often. Maybe an elf character or something like that might wear it. But I know a hobbit just looks ridiculous in this outfit, if you ask me. but that's just my opinion on it. Then, of course, we have the Ultimate Expedition Supplies. Some additional supplies on top of the ones that we saw earlier that you get with the Ultimate Bundle. And we've got 4 Virtue Acceleration Tomes of 2,000 each. So it looks like I got 1 before, so I get 4 more on top of that. So now I have a total of 5 instead. We have here the Ultimate Virtue XP Supplies. Contains 15 times 1,000 Virtue XP for purchasing the Ultimate Fan Edition of Before the Shadow. I could probably use a few more virtues on this character, but I'll double check that before doing that. Though I could, of course, transfer that to another character if I feel that there's another character I have that needs the virtues more. And we have Flowing Silverstone of the Tortoise. This has stats on it. Plus 9930 vitality, plus 15,000 might, plus 15,000 agility, plus 15,000 will. That is quite a lot. Plus 8980 fate. So it has lower levels of the 2 general type stats, and it has 15,000 for the primary stat that you would have for your character. So, well, it has for all 3 of them, but most likely you'll gain your most benefit from just one of them. Plus 10% wallet barter tokens, landscape through Western Gondor, and experience in mortar kills is disabled, and XP from quest completion skill. This is because this is a Flowing Silverstone of the Tortoise. So if you're going to be wearing a Tortoise stone, this would be the one, and yeah, I'm sure that this scales. And this silvery stone blocks character XP gains and grants bonus landscape wallet barter tokens when equipped. Bonus applies to landscape wallet tokens up through Western Gondor. Okay, for the landscape wallet tokens, so the higher level ones aren't in there. Now this is the Flowing Silverstone, and this is the same as the Tortoise version, except that it does not have the experience disabler on here. So if you wanted to, you could use this when you're gaining experience, and then you can switch to the XP disabler version when you wanted to turn off XP. So it could be useful for that. Though, of course, I suppose they won't make any difference if you're at level cap. So I have to decide whether or not I'm going to have this on this character or another one. Or, of course, I could always split it because I've got 2 different items in here. So if I wanted to use this as a turtle stone that could pass between character and character and keep the regular one for this character, that's always another possibility. But then I would have to worry about a different pocket item for that other character if I did that. Now, the final item that we have in here is the Before the Shadow Ultimate Carry-All Selection Box. Here we can select from several different types of carry-alls, and there are 7 different types. We have the large die carry-all, so if you want to carry a huge number of dies with you, most likely if you are someone who is very heavy into cosmetics, that could be very handy for you. Large housing decorations carry-all, if you have huge numbers of housing decorations. I know I have a few characters where I may think, maybe it won't be too bad of an idea. A large instrument carry-all, very useful for minstrels or players who are members of bands. I have a couple of characters who are lugging a large number of these. Large essence and tracery carry-all. I don't use it much for essences, but I find them very, very handy for traceries. So I've already got one of those things here on Landrival, so I might not be looking at large task item carry-alls. Oh, I always find those to be quite useful because having my task items in here, then I don't have to worry about accidentally selling them off. Because right now my task items, I have locked here so that I could be able to turn in tasks for rep. Large crafting carry-all. This character is not a crafter on here. And then finally I have here a large healer's carry-all, and this is the new one. Can hold up to 50 stacks of healing potions. Now, any crafted inscriptions will be removed from items placed in a carry-all. So that's just making noting that, as well as that says it was crafted by such and such, that inscription will be removed, I will presume, by putting it in here. I don't know why anyone would need 50 stacks of healing potions, because I would think that we don't have an overabundance of slots being taken up from them. So this is the strangest one of them all that I have in here. Now, I want to think about this one before deciding, but you do have a choice now between 7 different types of carry-alls that you could have in here. So that is what is available on your pre-orders in here. So let's see, look at this in summary. If you buy the standard edition, you will of course get the content that's going to be released on November 8th, which includes the lands that are beyond this wall here that we can't get through yet. But I would presume that someone is going to break through here, and the one that's also ended with on the other end when the expansion gets released. And of course you also get that elf dance emote that I showed you earlier. So that's the first item that you'll be getting if you get the standard edition. If you get the collector's edition, we had a look at, of course you would get the Before the Shadow content. Now you also get an additional character slot when the content gets released. That isn't showable today yet. And there are going to be 10 additional slots of shared storage that you're all... no, the shared storage, that's only in the Ultimate, sorry. The additional character slot, though, you get for the Collectors or for the Ultimate Edition. And we showed you the Improved Expedition Supplies, which had the 1 Reputation Acceleration Tome in there, the Virtue XP Accelerator... No, actually 5 Reputation Acceleration Tomes. It was 1 Virtue XP Accelerator that you had in there, 5 XP Accelerators, and some rare crafting components, which you could do on selection on the box there. We also showed you the Cosmetics. Actually, I probably should have worn that outfit when talking about this section and brought out the Heron instead of the turtle there. And of course you will get the mount in there also. And of course if you purchase the Ultimate Edition, you get this. You get the turtle. You get, on your first character, you get that additional Virtue XP, 15 more of those. You get the XP Accelerator for more of those. You got the Ultimate Carry-All thing, and those Silverstone, flowing Silverstones, 1 of the Tortoise and 1 regular one. But of course, the Ultimate Expedition Supply is only to your first character you log into, so be careful what server you log into for that. And of course you get all these cosmetics in there for all of your characters in here. Now there's also going to be, of course, the housing teleporter. There's been a housing teleporter for the last few releases, so we'll have a look at that when that finally comes out onto there. And I think that covers what you have. Oh, if you're a monster player, there are going to be some monster skins that are going to be available. But I don't do monster play, so you'll probably have to look for that yourself, or to find somebody who emphasizes changes for PvP on that matter. And that is it for our updates here. When you purchase Before the Shadow here in the Lord of the Rings Online. And I'll be here at a later time to look at the actual content when it reaches Bulber on the next episode of Piney Previews Before the Shadow.